Well, I titled this, as you can see, The Age to Come. Uh, I made it back. Um, you can see the writing on the wall. My father's house. This is the office. This is what I call headquarters. 611 South Farmerville Street. That's where I am broadcasting from today. You can see the words. You can see the words. Word of Faith Correctional Center. This today is no telling what all it could go into. But there's one thing that a preacher does not need. Do you know what that is? He does not have to have a book. He does not have to have a program. He does not have to have a sermon. Uh, a sermon. If you have attended what they call church in the United States of America, there's a real good chance you didn't hear preaching. You got a reading. That's what most of them do. Now, I have written out sometimes in advance what God might want said. But let me tell you for sure, the age to come, in the age to come, certain things will not be tolerated. Certain things were not tolerated in the ages or the age before. Now, what age are we now in? Are we in an age? Yes, as long as there are days, then there will be ages, or there will be an age. This age, my age, my day began, it really began the day I was born. Now, something began, or something, happened weeks before I was born. But I can assure you that no man has ever given birth to a child. Ever. They might have told you that a man did, or has, or will. No, a man won't. You won't have see a man having children. That's not the way that God set it up during the first age. What age was that? The first age began with a man and a woman naked. Naked. That's what it says in the book. If you want to read about the history, you want to find out what the history book says, it says that the man and the woman were naked. Now, how long did they stay naked? Oh, my goodness. Looks like I need to get eye surgery. But anyway, it is what it is. The man and the woman were naked until God got them something to wear. How long they were naked, I don't know. How long did they wear some clothes? I can tell you pretty much. I can give you an idea. You say, well, how can you do that? I can do it this way. I can. I can take this book right here that says, and you can read it as well as I can. The Holy Bible is not the final authority. The Holy Bible is not the final authority. It's not it. Some people think that it is. They do. They have convinced themselves that is the final authority. It's not. I just wanted to make sure that that you understand this. I don't know why people get the idea that we're going back. When I say going back, the going back to as it was before. No, we are not going back. Now, there is no going back with God because God's never going back. He's going forward. He's going to go forward. He's not going back. Adam and Eve were naked. Adam lived according to what you can get out of this information book. Adam did live 930 years. Chapter 5 in the Bible is the book of the generations of Adam. And Adam, if you want to see how Adam was created, you can only find it in the earlier chapters. God made Adam from dust. That's what God made Adam from, dust. He told Adam, you were made of dust and you will return to dust. So let that be settled in your understanding, please. But Adam lived 800 years after Seth was born. And it says Adam lived 130 years before he became the father of the child that was named Seth. And I don't know how long it was that Adam and Eve were naked. But I do know that Adam and Eve were not naked when two other sons are mentioned in this book, Cain and Abel. Cain and Abel. Cain killed Abel. Things changed because God made changes. Just like if I want to change the light bulbs above my head, there's a way I can do it. And God made the changes, and he's going to make some changes. But at this time, Adam, it says, lived 930 years and he died. Now, that's all you need to know about Adam. You don't need to know any more about Adam. If you want to know what's about some people, read Genesis chapter 5, and you'll find out about Adam. You'll find out about Seth. You'll find out about some more people that were born. And every one of them that were born was born of, through, by a woman. No man has ever given birth to a child. Now, Methuselah was one of the people mentioned, and he lived 187 years and became the father of Lamech. Now, what did he do for 187 years before he became the father of Lamech? You nor I have a clue. Not at all. But I guarantee you, he didn't read a book. No, there's no way that I will believe that this man that I just read about, named Methuselah, read a book. I don't believe he did. If he did, then I'm wrong. And Methuselah lived 782 years after he became the father of Lamech. And no telling how many children they had. I mean, you live a number of years, you can have a number of children, but no man has given birth to a baby. No child has come from a man. The only woman that came from a man was Eve. You can read about it in the earlier chapters. Now, where am I going here? Lamech. All the days of Lamech were 777 years, and he died. It says here, Noah was 500 years old, and Noah became the father of 3 sons. They're listed right here. That's all you're going to find out. But before you get there, you find these words in the Bible, that this one will give us rest from our work and from the toil of our hands. That's what you'll find, those words. You'll find those words in what is in Genesis chapter 5, verse 29. He called his name Noah, saying, this one will give us rest from our work and from the toil of our hands, from the ground which the Lord has cursed. And it says, then Lamech lived 595 years after he became the father of Noah. Now we got Noah. God is going to make some decisions. But you've got people, you've got their ages, you've got Noah. Chapter 6. I don't want to keep going over these things, so please pay attention. Noah was old, 500 years old. He has 3 children when he's 500 years old. They're born. I don't know what Noah did for 500 years before he made babies with his wife. But he got a wife. I don't know her name. She gave birth to 3 boys. Her name is not mentioned. If it is, I don't remember it. But God says, after these days, I'm in chapter 6. The Lord said, my spirit, and don't get the idea that this is some other entity. When God says my spirit, he's not talking about something other than himself. Because God is a spirit. He's not flesh. He has no bones. God is spirit. And God says, my spirit. He's talking about himself. He's not talking about something that he owns or something he is talking to. Mm-mm. My spirit shall not strive with man forever because he is flesh. Now, there's a lot of things that God can deal with that are not flesh. There are a lot of spirits. I don't know what they are, but angels are spirits. And they look like men. At least I know some of them do. I have no idea. I have never seen spirits. I haven't. I don't believe. I know I haven't. But God said, the Lord said, my spirit will not strive with man forever because he is flesh. Nevertheless, his days shall be 120 years. Now, what has God just said? According to this, at some point, the number of days is going to come down to 120 years. That's a number of days. And God is not looking from above. God is here, there, with Noah, his wife, their sons, and all of the other human beings that are on the earth. God is there with them. They can see each other. They've been around each other. God might have come around and saw as I'm sure that God got acquainted with every child that was born to a woman or to women, because none of them could be born without God's approval. God can stop women from having babies anytime he wants to do it. And he can tell a woman, you will have a baby, and he's able to see to it that it happens. So, do you understand a day, many days, this day, a number of years? 120 years is what God tells Noah. He's talking to Noah. He's looking at Noah. He sees Noah. Now, there are people today that don't believe what I say. Well, la ti da, do re mi, so it be. Now, if you get upset with, certain things, then you know what you can do. Just like I know what I can do. If you don't want to listen, don't listen. If you don't want to believe, don't believe. But don't think that I'm going to keep making these videos. I don't make these things just because I like to make them. I like to make them so that God can do something. Oh, you don't. Yes, I know God can do things without me making videos. Okay, I do. but he can't see me make a video unless I make a video. And he's told me to make videos before. Oh, I know you may not believe it. It's hard to believe, Freddie. Oh, Freddie. He's on for hours. I'm not going to be on for hours today. I might get on with Freddie later. I don't know. But right now, I'm on with me. I am on with me. And I'm reading in chapter 6. The earth was corrupt. God didn't like it. And he decides to do something about it. So God said to Noah, I'm going to destroy everything on the earth. Well, Bob, are you sure that's what he said? That's what I told you he said. Do you think you can come out better? Just get after it, friends. Get after it. I done told you this book is not the final authority. I do believe that God said this to Noah. Build an ark. Make it this way. I want it with 3 levels. This is how you shall make it. The length of the ark, 300 cubits. Its breadth, 50 cubits. And its height, 30 cubits. You shall make a window for the ark and finish it a cubit from the top. And set the door of the ark in the side of it. You shall make it with lower, second, and third decks. If Noah don't know what a deck is, I'm sure he can ask God, and God will explain it to him. Noah walks with God. Noah talks to God. Noah is very much in love with God. He's not in love with angels. Dummies. There are dummies. Dummies. There are really dummies. Dummies are people that believe stuff they shouldn't believe. That's a dummy. I hope I got this in there at 22 minutes. Now you know what a dummy is. If I believe something I don't supposed to believe, I'm a dummy. Okay? You a dummy. If God believed something he wasn't supposed to believe, he could be called one too. But I don't think you got to worry about God doing that. But God has told this man to build it. And he says, I am bringing the flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh that breathes. Anything that's breathing air is going to die. Anything that breathes air is going to die. If God can create whatever he wants to create, he can do it whenever he gets ready. He's got the material and he's got the ability. But now he's also got the ability to do what? Kill everything on the earth. Noah did according to all that God told him to do. Noah walked with God. Noah talked with God. Noah did all that God commanded Noah to do. And when God told him, enter the ark, guess what? I don't want that call. I don't want calls from the government. Do you know what the government does? I don't know. But they have a way today in the United States that if you've got a phone, they've got a way to contact you. And they don't have nothing for you other than trouble. So I don't answer them. Noah did what? Everything that God told him to do. And Noah can see God, friend. Freddie Eddie. doobie dotty, stupid ego maniacs that believe that Noah has not seen God and walked with God and talked with God has a stupid block. It don't make no difference what your name is. You've got a block. That's what you got. I know you don't want to take my word for it, but I'm 25 minutes in. And Noah got in the ark. The animals came into the ark, a great number of them. Noah had put food in the ark, so they're going to eat in the ark. They got to stay alive. And they're going to stay alive because God told Noah what to do. And when they got ready, then God told him, and the animals came in, and it says Noah was 600 years old when the flood of water came upon the earth. Then Noah and his sons and his wife and their wives were in the ark. They were in the ark. They were in the ark. And it even tells you what month that the water started coming. It says so. You might as well believe it, or else you can not believe it. It's up to you. I'm going to say that it rained and came down and did it. In the second month, on the 17th day of the month, the fountains of the great deep burst open, and the floodgates of the sky were open. Okay? Have you got it? You don't like the idea? Lump it, thump it, do what you want to with it. Just don't be stupid and believe that Noah didn't see God. That's the point. At the 27-minute mark in this video, Noah saw God. Whatever your name is. I don't care what your name is. I don't care if you call yourself Christian man. You can call yourself funny man. You can call yourself boogeyman. I don't care. You got the point. Okay. And the rain fell on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. 40 days and 40 nights. Now, you know how many days and nights 40 is. If you've been to school, you should know 40 days and 40 nights. 40 days are the daylight. Night is the dark. Day, night. You got day, night. And then you got day and night. God fixed it. It's going to stay that way. And all of them got in the boat. And the flood got deep. It covered all the mountains. I don't care what you think or not. But God remembered Noah. Chapter 8. God remembered Noah. God hasn't messed with Noah for 1 year. God's not talking to Noah. God's not walking around with Noah. God's not doing anything with Noah because Noah's in the ark. He's shut up in the ark. But God's not in the ark, nor an angel. There's no angels in the ark. There's animals. There's Noah, his wife, his 3 sons, and their wives. That's all that's in the boat, the ark. Now, God remembered Noah. And he also knew the animals were in there. And God caused the wind to blow. And the wind blew. And it says, the water decreased. It receded steadily from the earth. At the end of 150 days, the water decreased. The 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, the ark rested upon the mountains of Ararat. I have no idea where that is. I don't. I just know that's what I read. But the ark comes down. It's not floating anymore. It's resting. That's what resting means. And the water decreased steadily until the 10th month. And in the 10th month, on the first day of the month, the tops of the mountains became visible. I don't know if Noah's looking out the window. I don't know. I just know what it says right here. And then it came back at the end of 40 days that Noah opened the window. He might have left it open after he opened the window this time. There's no need to close it. It's not raining. And it's nice. But it came about that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made, and he sent out a raven. And it flew here and there until the water was dried up. In other words, the bird didn't come back. He didn't see this bird again. Bird's gone. Doesn't come back to the ark. It just flies around and keeps flying around. He can do what he wants to do while Noah is in the boat. And he sent out a dove from him to see if the water was abated from the face of the land. But the dove found no resting place for the sole of her foot. It's so nice how you put these things in here. You know, I'm sure somebody might have put that in there just for sound. But the bird came back. It says she returned. No on her foot, for the sole of her foot. So she returned to him into the ark, and the water was on the surface of all the earth. Then he put out his hand. I don't know why he put his hand out. The bird can fly in. Woo woo. Oh, woo woo. But anyway, he got the bird back in. And so he waited another 7 days, and he put the bird out again. It might have been the same bird. I don't know, but it says it was a dove. And the dove came to him toward evening, and behold, in her beak was a freshly picked, it says olive leaf. I haven't got a clue if it was an olive leaf. I don't know what an olive tree looks like. But evidently, they had olive trees. I've never had an olive tree in my yard. But if the bird brought back an olive leaf, then it was an olive tree. Okay? So Noah knew that the water was abated on the earth. Then he waited yet another 7 days and put the dove out, and she did not return to him again. How nice. And it came about in the 601st year, listen to this, in the first month, on the first of the month, the water was dried up from the earth. Then Noah removed the covering of the ark and looked, and behold, the surface of the ground was dried up. In the second month, on the 27th day of the month, the earth was dry. Then God spoke to Noah. God spoke to Noah. There was no angel, baby. It was no angel of the Lord. It was no angel, baby. You're not going to find angels doing anything for a while. You won't. But you find God doing something. Dummies. People are really dummies when they don't think that Noah and God got along real well. And they come tell you, Noah never saw God. Sheesh. Don't tell me Noah doesn't see God. He can see God just as well as I can see me on this screen. And God said to Noah, God spoke to Noah, go out of the ark, you and your wife and your sons wives with you. Bring them all out. Bring all the animals out, Noah. And God is sitting there, standing there, walking around with Noah. Now, what's God going to do after Noah comes out? It's God's business. What Noah's going to do after he comes out is his business. Because God is fixing to give everything on the earth to Noah. And he's going to give him some directions. Noah is fixing to be BOSS. He's going to be the oldest and he's going to be the boss. And there's only one boss that can boss better than Noah. And that's the one that made Noah boss. Are you getting this, Christian man? How about Freddie? How about Long John Silvers? Of course, I don't know any Long John Silvers. There's a Clay, the Jehovah's Witness. I don't know what he thinks. I'm pretty sure he thinks I'm demon possessed. I'm pretty much positive of that. I mean, I think I've heard him say it. But God blesses Noah. And he makes some statements known that you read in chapter 9, verse 3. Every moving thing that is alive shall be food for you. I just read it. Right there. There you go. No restrictions. None. God said to Noah, according to what I can read here, whoever sheds man's blood, by man his blood shall be shed. For in the image of God, man was made. I don't want people to not get it straight. God didn't have somebody make man. God didn't have a he make man. God made the man, and God spoke to the man, and now God is blessing the man. And then God spoke to Noah and to his sons with him, saying, God is with Noah and his sons, looking at them. Oh, oh, oh. They see each other. I mean, God had watched these kids grow for 100 years before the rain came or the floodgates opened. The floodgates opened. And God knew the three boys that Noah had seen born by his wife. God knew them, and he could see them, and he could talk to them just like they could talk to him. So, did you know that God spoke to Noah and to his sons? I myself do establish my covenant with you. Now, I don't know how many people have a problem with I myself, but there are people today on the earth. Their hair they don't look like me, but they got a nose and they got a hand. Probably got 5 fingers. They got ears. Mm-hmm. They got eyes, eyes. There are some people on the earth today that don't believe that Noah and his sons and God got along together. Well, stupid is just stupid to me. It may not be to you, and I may be stupid to you. But I know one thing. God said, I will do this. And he says in verse here, God said, this is the sign of the covenant which I am making between me and you and every living creature that is with you for all successive generations. Generations. Successive. Successive should be a word that you ought not have a problem with. That one is before 2, just like 2 is before 3, and 4 comes after 3. Do you know what succession is, or successive? If I have success, it has nothing to do with successive generations, and you know it. Set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be a sign, it shall be for a sign of a covenant between me and the earth. The earth and everything that God made out of it. Because God made the man out of the dirt. He also made the animals out of the dirt. I don't know if he made the fish out of the dirt or not. Really don't care. I just want some people to understand that God says, it shall come about when I bring a cloud over the earth, that the bow will be seen in the cloud, and I will remember my covenant. And this is not an angel talking. Oh, dumb, led individuals. You have been led astray. If you don't believe what I have said in this video, that's as plain as I can make it. And I'm sure that, this is not going to, this video, if it's seen by 10 people in the next 2 years, it would probably surprise me. But there's one thing for sure. I can watch this video as many times as I want to. I can share this video if I want to. I can do what I want to with this video unless YouTube puts some restraints on me. Have you, if you can't watch 45 minutes, watch it in 15-minute segments. If you can't handle that, you can be sure that God got upset with some people. And when he got upset, it didn't go well. and I'm going to end this stream because I want this to be seen. And I don't want it to last, too long.